Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to be chit-chatting about some updates in homeschool, life, garden, mostly the homeschool and garden. So without further ado, let's just jump right in because you guys know I can get a little chatty Cathy over here. So first things first, with homeschool, some things that I have added to our schedule that the boys seem to have been enjoying so far is one, I found a Spanish podcast. Well, it's a bilingual, so it's English and Spanish. And it's a nature podcast and it's called Niños and Nature. And the person who does the podcast, her name is Naomi. I don't remember her last name. I'm sorry, Naomi. But she does have an Instagram called Niños in Nature. And she has not only the podcast, but she also has curriculum, and there's different curriculums that you can pick. There's one for if you're fluent but want to start teaching your kids more like the grammar stuff. There's ones for absolute beginners. There's ones for if you're medium with me where you understand a lot of Spanish but you don't have the confidence to teach your children Spanish. She has all sorts of different curriculums on her website as well. I haven't picked a curriculum yet to do because I just don't think the boys are at a curriculum age yet. So for now we've just been doing the podcast. So we do one podcast a week. It's a newer podcast, so there's only 13 episodes, but we're only on episode 4, so we've got time. And it's nice because she also, if you sign up for her email list, you get the podcast freebies, as she calls them. Ooh, the sun came out and it's bright. So you get it comes with the poem, a color page to go with whatever it is that you're learning, and then like a diagram. So the boys love it because obviously, like I said, it's more nature based, which they love. If you guys know my kids, they are obsessed with all things nature. So they love it, and it seems like it captures their attention more than I've tried with other things so far. So this week is week 4, and it was about the owl, and they loved it. They learned all the different ways you can say owl. We have like a little owl poem. I'll try to put an overlay of like the poem and stuff that she includes. But yeah, and it's nice because she includes that all for free. So it's very nice, very budget friendly, and it's something they've really been enjoying so far. I've not found a good like bilingual Arabic one yet. I'm still trying to search, but I can't find one. So if you guys see this video and you happen to know of a good like bilingual Arabic podcast for kids, let me know. I would appreciate it very much. My son said he did also want to learn Hungarian, and I'm like, mommy's tapped out at 2 languages, okay? I told him, I was like, if you want to learn Hungarian, you gotta go talk to your grandmother because I can't. Mommy's tapped out at 2 languages. So that's been a fun little thing for us so far. Yeah, and then with my youngest, he's only 4, so he doesn't have any kind of curriculum or anything like that like my oldest does, but I have been noticing he's been wanting like more one-on-one time with me like his brother gets. So we've just been, there's some flashcards I have that I printed and laminated, and I just go over like what the letters are and like their sounds and stuff, just because it seems like it makes him feel better to have like that one-on-one time with mommy learning something, just like his brother has that one-on-one time with mommy learning something. So that seems to be something that he's enjoying as well. So the next thing we've incorporated is some kind of art every single day. So I've been utilizing Art for Kids Hub. They are a channel here on YouTube, a family channel. But yeah, so they have different videos. So they have like drawing videos, painting videos, all that kind of stuff. So I try to have them color something, paint something, cut, glue, build, just some kind of artistic expression, I guess you could say. I've been having them do that every day. They seem to really like it. It seems to be their favorite part of the day, especially my oldest. He loves drawing things, and maybe mommy will start joining them too so I can learn how to draw things. I can draw stick people, and that's about as far as that goes. I do want to get them some watercolors. I just didn't know if they were maybe a little too young for that, but I really do want to get into more watercolors, nature journaling with them, especially with you know, the warmer weather coming up again, we're going to be making our own notebooks, which is, I feel like, is going to be very exciting for them. And then I just want to be able to have them, like, you know, watercolor and stuff like that in it at like the park or the beach or wherever. I want to be able to make it more travel friendly, so we don't necessarily just have to do it at home. We can like take it to the park with us and do it there. So I want to get some supplies to be able to do that. And like I said, we're going to make our own notebooks because I feel like they'll really enjoy that, and it makes them more, you know, inclined to use it because they made it themselves. And the last change that we are incorporating, we haven't started it yet because I'm waiting for the keyboard to come in for the kids, but we are going to be doing piano lessons once a week. Probably more so just my oldest. He's 5. He's going to be 6 at the end of this month, and I feel like that's kind of a good age to start doing lessons like that. My little one will probably just be watching. Again, there's another YouTube channel called the Hoffman Academy. He has like a whole website, but they do also have a YouTube channel too, and he plays the piano. Obviously, he's a piano instructor. His name's Joseph Hoffman. And like I said, they have a website, and then they have the videos on YouTube. So they have 2 different options. They have a free option, and then they have like a paid subscription. Basically, the difference is that if you like pay for the subscription, you get like the curriculum and all that stuff included with the payment, with the monthly payment. And then if you get the free version, you have to pay for all the curriculum, is what I've gathered from looking at the website. But the videos overall are free. I believe it's $24 for the first student and $12 for every student after that per month. So $36 for 2 kids to be doing online piano lessons is nothing, honestly, compared to the price that lessons cost these days. If my sons are really into it, then we'll look into getting them some actual, you know, one-on-one in-person lessons. But for now, I think it'll be nice just for them to like dabble in it without making any sort of long-term commitment to it, and then they end up not liking it. Does that make sense? And then the last update I have, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that we are doing the 1,000 Hours Outside Challenge. So as of right now, February 5th, when I'm filming this, we have spent 31 hours and 24 minutes outside. And I know that may seem like nothing, but we're in the dead of winter. So 31 and a half hours outside in the middle of winter is good enough for me, because we usually spend like 2 hours in a month and a half outside during the winter time. So I really like it. My boys seem to be loving it. And then also we're, mommy hates the park. I just don't enjoy it. I don't know why. So one of our goals as like a family, I guess you could say, is to explore more parks. So that's why they've been, it's one of the reasons why they've been enjoying it so much, because not only are we going outside, every kid loves being outside, they also get to enjoy new parks. So Chicago has 5,175 parks. I don't really know, I just made up that number, but they have a bunch of parks, and we go to like the same 3. So the boys have really been enjoying so far, exploring different parks. I think they might have a new favorite. It's like a 7-minute drive from the house, which isn't bad at all. And it's like a very old school park, like all wooden and metal slides. It's very much reminiscent of my childhood at parks. But yeah, I think that might be their new favorite so far. But yeah, they're having a good old time finding parks and giving them nicknames so we can know which park they're talking about. Okay, so when it comes to garden updates, so it's about to be seed starting season, so I am going to try to start more seeds again this year. I have not had a successful seed starting season, but I'm determined to have one this year, so fingers crossed that my seeds come out this year. And so when I'm going to be seed starting, that's update number 1. And 2, I'm going to be more tactful with my gardening this year. So usually I kind of just plant whatever where I think it'll grow, and that's it. I don't really plan it in depth. So this year I want to have more of a cohesive garden plan because I want to be able to fully maximize my garden space. I really don't have a lot of garden space to begin with, so I really want to push myself to see how much I can grow in the space that I have. I'm going to be doing more container gardening this year, so I'm going to be doing potatoes. I'm going to have an herb container and a few other things in containers as well. And then obviously I have my strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries in containers that I have. And then, like I said, I just want to be able to plan more to use up every inch of my garden space possible and do like more vertical planting and succession planting, because like I said, I usually plant it once and then that's it. The only thing I sow constantly throughout the year is cilantro because we are obsessed with cilantro. Okay, we love it in this household. But yeah, so that's the only thing I've ever actually stayed on top of when it comes to planting throughout the season. It's my favorite. So if I could have like a whole garden space of just cilantro throughout the year, all year long, I would be such a happy person. I really want to make sure I'm staying on top of planting things more than just once. And then I also, this is my last update for the garden, I also want to have an actual spring garden. I usually don't have a spring garden. I don't get my garden going till April, end of April, May, and I just wait to get everything all at the same time. But I don't want to do that this year. I want to be able to have like an actual spring garden so I can start having things like next month. So I'm gonna get some cold hardy plants and try some of those out. So you know, cilantro is one of those. Cilantro actually doesn't do good in super hot weather because it bolts really quickly. So I want to plant that earlier this year for sure. Get some brassicas going, get some greens going, and just stuff that I know is going to be, radishes is another one. Things that I know are going to be cold hardy. So if we have a cold snap, as we usually do in Chicago, right now we're in fall spring, but our second winter is coming, that they're not going to just die, you know what I mean? So I definitely want to get some things planted so we can start getting in the dirt earlier this year. And then I also want to extend my garden season all the way to the fall, and like I said, have some things that are more cold hardy in the fall as well. So I really want to extend my garden season from just, I would say, May to August, from March to September, maybe even October. I want to be able to have things growing for most of the year this year for 2024. Those are my goals. I really hope they happen. I will, when I actually have a garden plan, I'll make another video with that and talk about my garden plan with you guys. But those are just some ideas I have right now. I was telling my husband yesterday that I really wish we had a bigger yard, so I could have my chicken coop, the kids can play, and I can have a greenhouse. Or we could just get rid of our garage and turn it into a greenhouse. But yeah, and then I joked with him saying I wish we could put one in the front yard. And if you guys know my husband, this is the face he made. That face. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I can convince him into maybe potentially putting a greenhouse in our front, because our grass doesn't grow out there because the tree roots take so much of the soil and our nutrients from the soil that nothing can really grow in the front yard anyway. So maybe I can convince him to put a greenhouse up there. You never know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.